Minasan konnichiwa and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So guys, I need to first of all really deeply apologize for closing the comments on the part 1 video. I just wanted to make this part 2 before we move on to before we actually have any discussions or conversations, because part 1 I listened back to it and I was like really tired and sick, right? That was actually just one day after we had our conversations, and there was still, what should I say, kind of like a sickness still left within me, so I was still a little bit tired and depressed, But right now, it's been more than a week after we had the original meeting where I suddenly said that this is the end of our team, and we all cried. And it's been about a week now, and everything has really been solved. Me saying everything has really been solved sounds like I'm really lying to you because I think I said this the last time too, but seriously, right now I'm really thinking that everything really has been solved, and I could have brought Kaze with me, but I wanted to record this on my own too and kind of say just my opinions, because if he is here, we'll try to kind of wrap things up sooner. So anyways, in my last podcast I was saying that I was starting to feel really tired because I really felt that Kaze and Tomoko were not doing things seriously, and that's probably because they're not really grateful for the environment. And I do want to emphasize that even when I thought these things, I had a really long script written to have the meeting with Kaze and Tomoko. And in the script too, I've written that it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I've never thought, even if any kind of problem happens, it's never their fault. It's always the leader's fault. This is my principle of life. If there's a group, if something happens, it's always a system and it's always the leader's fault. Yep. So I do not blame anything. I'm not saying that they lack some kind of skill. They're not living up to my expectations or stuff like that. It's not their fault. It's just me that just kind of had imaginations of how my life would change after they all come to work with me and so on and so forth. It's my fault. That I said it even at the most depressed time of my life. Yeah. So anyways, to make a long story short, I'm going all over the place. I don't want to make this podcast as long as the last one because this is the longest story I've ever talked in this channel. I do want to make it as short as possible. So in the end, to make a long story short, what happened, the fundamental problem here was two things. Number one is that I tend to see myself a little bit too low. What should I say? I expect myself to be a little bit too low, and I expect them, to Kaze and Tomoko, a little bit too much. Yeah. So I tend to think that, because I'm not such a, what should I say, skilled, great person. Again, you guys know I was raised like that by my father, by my parents, by my relatives, by being bullied. I've just never had any confidence, and in a way, I really always thought that staying 100% humble is a good thing. So whenever I would think of anything, I would always say, well, I'm not that skilled, so. I'm not that, experienced or have that much ability, So what causes this is that, so because I'm not so skilled, I'm not so experienced, everyone else can do as much as I can, right? Because I'm not such an important person. I'm not such a amazing person. You guys can do that too, right? And I've come to realize now I really don't want you to think that I'm boasting about myself, because I really am struggling to accept this. But it seems, I'm saying this seriously, it seems that I can work harder than other people. I really thought that I'm not worth anyone saying these things to me. And I just thought that the things that I can do is something that anyone can do because I'm not such an important person. I'm saying the same thing over and over, right? So that's what I thought. That's the first thing. And number two, because they are, by the way, this is a fact. Tomoko and Kazu are really talented. They are really skilled. They are fast learning. But because I just love them so much, now I'm seriously saying this. Even in the again the very devastating meeting we had, the first sentence I wrote on the memo was that I love them, and I don't want them to think that I do not love them. This meeting today might sound really sad, but it doesn't mean that I don't like them or hate them now. Anyways, because I love them, respect them so much, I constantly thought that they're even more skilled than me. So again, I am thinking that I'm much lower, and I'm thinking that they're better than me, right? Then what's going to be happening? There's going to be a really, really big gap between my imaginations and reality. Because to be honest, if they were more skilled and more talented than me, they should be the leader, right? So Kazu and Tomoko at the meeting, what happened is that Kazu said, Shogo, you really need to accept that you are absolutely the leader. You are the most skilled person in this room. I cannot work 24/7. I cannot constantly be studying, reading books, and always setting a goal for whatever you do, always managing time precisely. I cannot do that. Shogo, please don't expect us to do that. We cannot do that. And that's the reason why we admire you and we're here to help you to achieve your goal, because we can't do that ourselves. And that's why we're here to help you. He was literally screaming that to really make me understand this. And again, this sounds like this is for me. I'm talking this to you right now, but for me, it's like tearing myself apart, because calling myself skilled or talented or better at something than someone else is like just really feels like I'm making the biggest taboo in this world, admitting that I can't. Of course, on the surface, I've made a lot of podcasts saying that I do need to believe in that I can do this, but deep down I knew that in the end I should not admit that I am talented or what's the right word for this? Excellent? I don't know, but deep down I knew I should never admit that, because that's going to be losing my humbleness. That's going to be losing my will to become stronger or better at anything. So I'm really struggling to say this to you right now. This is one of the biggest changes in my life that's happening right now. But because I lack the skill to admit that I might be better than other people at certain things. Well, yeah, I guess maybe being able to achieve 1 million subscribers within 2 years, maybe in leading that team, maybe I guess I have some kind of talent. I'm still saying it this way, right? But I have to admit it, because if I don't, I'm hurting the people around me. I've come to think that this is not a good thing. This at a certain level, I need this. And again, I really feel whenever my tea ceremony sensei tells me, Shogo, you're really far away from wabi-sabi, I think this is it. That I'm not accepting myself. I'm trying to push away, rejecting what everyone tells me, Or I seriously do not think in myself that I'm actually excellent in anything. No, seriously. Deep down, this is my true feelings, But by not accepting this, I'm starting to hurt people around me. So I really thought, okay, so I need to change. Now, there is a way. There is a way to stay humble, but also admitting that you are better at other people in other fields. I mean, you must have that too, right? You might have steady hands. You're able to make things better than other people. You might be able to focus than other people. You might have bigger and stronger bodies than other people, so you're better at sports, for example, or in martial arts. You have some kind of talent, right? I have some kind of talent too. Of course, everyone does. But why can't I admit that? Why can't I say? Because I guess I don't want to be hated by anyone. I'm scared. I'm scared that the moment I say that I can do this, I'm able to do this, someone will say that, well, Shogo, I thought you were much more humble, And I'm just really scared of saying that. But again, to this problem that happened this time really revealed to us that it's something that I really have to do, because seeing myself lower, seeing other people higher actually hurts them, just like this incident this time. Because Kazu and Tomoko were doing everything seriously. Of course they were. What was I thinking? Right. If they weren't doing everything seriously, why would they be in such a small company that's not, financially steady or anything at all? Why would they be here? They were doing everything seriously. This is the part that Kazu almost punched me in the face to make me realize that they are doing everything seriously. But they make mistakes. Shogo, we're not like you. We can't be like you. You get your jobs done on time without hardly making mistakes. I do not make any mistakes. The work that I do, I don't have anyone check my work, so I just have it done, post it, on YouTube or whatever. And I'm just really used to that from the time I was a freelancer, right? Before that, even working for Kyoto Summer Experience, I was a leader there too. For me, I thought that was something that if you're serious enough, anyone can do. But no, even no matter how serious you are at something, you will make mistakes, obviously. Even a professional Olympic sport athlete, for example, on the day of the most important match, they will trip. They will make mistakes. They are dedicating their whole lives to doing something. They will still trip. They will still fall on the most important day of their lives, right? Even for them, that happens. Why wouldn't that happen to my team? Why couldn't I expect that? Accept that. Both. Yeah. So, Kazu really was angry about this. That as a leader, that's one of the most important things that I was needed to be able to do, right? So, Tomoko and Kazu, as they were really crying, and I was too, almost. They were they were really trying to tell me with a lot of emotions and power that they are doing everything that they can every single day, and they do care about me. And they said that they're really, really sorry that they made me feel to hold this meeting and say that it might be about time that we have to disassemble this team and end and say goodbye. That's like the saddest thing that could ever come to me, right? And again, it's all because I just saw myself too low, And, I personally felt, of course I'm still in my 20s. There's a lot that I have to overcome from now on too, but I just never thought that this would become such an obstacle in my life. I thought it would be something, if there was another obstacle coming in my way, I thought it'd be something much more physical, or I don't know, something that I can explain a little bit easier, and not something that's like deep down in my emotions kind of stuff, I did not know that I'd be facing this. And anyways, because I was starting to think of myself as a little bit too low, them a little bit too high, and every time when I see their work not getting on time, not finishing it perfectly, I would think I would automatically connect it to their motivations, which was wrong, obviously wrong. And because they continue to do that, I started to think that they must hate me for telling them to get this done, the same thing over and over. And because I started to believe that they hate me, I started to not have any conversations anymore. We only talked about work, and we didn't have any other conversations as friends, like what we want to do in the future, what we're looking forward to doing, what we're enjoying doing right now. All of these things just were not in our conversations anymore. And I was scared to talk with them. I wanted to get the conversations done as soon as possible. So it was really, really sad. Come to think of, looking back at it now, I guess our conversations might have been really, really lame. Lame. Yeah. But recently, because we've overcame that too, and I really thought in order to make them happier, I need to have the confidence as the leader. I need to hold on to the steering wheel of this team and not think that I'm not in control, because I am in control and I have to be in control. I have to really, really believe that I can do it not for me, but for my team. And for me to make them happier, I need to believe that I can. And I really am worth it. Because if I can't believe that, I'm going to be hurting them again. Now, this is the most bizarre conclusion that I've ever expected that we'll get to. But this is what we've talked about, and this is the conclusion that we got to. And recently, just in our spare time, we started to talk about our future, what we really want to do. And in order to do that, we need to make this much profit. So let's work harder now. And we can see that future coming. And talking with them about these things, I realized that they really, really are my best friends. Once we started talking again, like we used to in the past, about our dreams, about what we can do in the future together, we just talked for like a few hours. We just lost track of time. And a few hours have already passed, since we started talking about our future together. And it was just lovely. It was just great, beautiful that we can do this together. It was just this demon inside my heart. It was probably the biggest and strongest demon that was there from the moment I remember my life started, has been there due to how I grew up, my childhood, my parents, my relatives, the environment. I just never thought that place in my heart, that darkness inside of my heart, is actually, removable, because it's been there for all my life. But it was removable. And because I got rid of that, my life has completely changed. And once again, I really thought that I'm so happy that I challenged starting a company, doing YouTube, setting up high goals. I'm really, really glad that I did, because I just took out the biggest rotted spot, I guess, inside my heart, that it just was there forever. So I thought it was gonna be there forever, but I could get rid of it. It was all thanks to Kazu and Toboko. And I don't know. I really have to be honest with you. I do not know if maybe, again, a few weeks later, I might be saying the same thing again, But I do promise with you, I'm not the best leader in this world. Of course I'm not. But at the same time, I am a leader that will never give up. I will promise you this. No matter how many mistakes I make, no matter how many times I hurt my team members, no matter how many times I make a podcast video explaining to you how how tired I am, no matter how many times I make you guys worried, I will never give up. That's one thing I will 100% promise you. I might not be the best leader, but I'm the leader that will never give up until I achieve my dream. So that is one thing I will keep inside my heart. And today too, I'm going to be working really, really hard to do everything I can to make me, myself, of course, my family, my team members, and the people in this world as happier as possible. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese, willing to come to Japan to travel, study, or work, or even train our traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future, because we're facing a lot of social problems. We are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this, the newest goal I have right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel on YouTube. So all your likes and comments help to boost our videos to new viewers. Have you never seen my channel before? It'd be great if you could help us out. Thank you so much, guys. From there, we've been talking about so many things we want to do in the future, individually too. Individually, what we want to do in the future, and there's actually a lot of things that we've been discussing about, and sounds really interesting. I will be making more podcasts in the near future. So I hope you can look forward to really positive positive conversations from me. And I apologize once again for maybe bringing in a little bit of negativity to your life. I really do want to say that I will never do that again, but I will do it, to be honest. That's life, you know. But again, I really want to be honest with you guys, because if I can't do that, I'm not improving my life. I've always been sealing my true feelings, you know, forever, basically, as long as I can remember. And right now, I'm coming to the point of my life where I need to really accept who I truly am. And I know I will be receiving a lot of criticism for whatever I do. But I always do want to feel deep down that I was honest with whatever I did. And then I won't regret it, no matter how much criticism, no matter how much hate or bashing I take. So I'll try to be a little bit more positive, though. At least in the near future, I will try my best. So I hope you can look forward to the future topics. Thank you so much, guys.